Yes, yes. Hello, movie lovers. You're with Bob. Yeah, the old guy that lives in Canada, Cosburn Avenue, in an apartment. Yes, and it's cold here. Very cold. So we're here to talk about the movies I watched this week. I know there's a lot of you out there that want to know what I watched. I thank you all for that. So let's get started. I'll try not to make the video too long. Move these over here. The War with Grandpa. Yeah, well, Grandpa lives in a house by himself. Yep. So his daughter gets a bright idea. No, Dad, you gotta come and move in with us. Her and her husband and their two kids, a girl and a little, well, not little, he's a boy, he's about 12 years old, right? So, yeah, they moved Grandpa into the boys' room. The boy's not too happy over it. He declares war on Grandpa. Yes, it's hilarious. It is. It's hilarious. Grandpa fights back. Anyway, 2020 stars Robert De Niro and Uma Thurman as the mother. It's a very good movie. I liked it. I thought it was fun. Yeah, I gave it an 8. I try not to say too much about the movies because I don't want to spoil them for anybody. The way I do the videos or talk about movies, I try my best not to, make it so people will not know or are not interested in the movie and they want to see the movie. So I'm just here to tell you what I watched. So, it's not a review or anything or that kind of stuff. But the New Mutants, yes, 2020. Maisie Williams, she's the young girl that was in Game of Thrones. Yes, she's good in this. And Charlie Heaton, that's Charlie Heaton there. Alright, can you see him? Oh, it's dark here or not. But yeah, this is not too bad. I gave it a 7. Takes place in a huge mansion. What's her name? Maisie Williams' character. I don't know much about the New Mutants for some reason. But anyway, beginning of the movie, her character is awakened by her dad, right? And they're in an Indian populated area and houses and stuff, and she gets running down into the woods, and there's this, from what I understand, this big gigantic bear killing everyone. Anyway, some people find her and they take her to this, like a mansion, a big house, and there's other kids there too, right? And they all have some kind of a superpowers among them all. So and there's this doctor there, a lady doctor, and she talks to them all. And it's kind of boring for a while because they don't do much, right? So, but things go along a little bit better, and there's a little action, but there's not much action in this movie. Most of it's talk and stories about the kids sitting around talking about themselves. Anyway, I gave it a 7. It's all right. See, making videos and coughing. Must be something to it. All right. Body Snatchers. This is the one from 1993. No, I didn't even put down who stars in it. But anyway, it's from 1993. This one takes place on at Army barracks place. The dad goes there to take tests of the water and different things around the area. So this is It's all right. You know, it's not bad. I gave it a 6. You know, just don't fall asleep, right? You know. And the little guy complains about his mother. That's not my mother. Oh, that's your mother. No, it's not my mother. Anyway, yeah. So gets a 6. It's nowhere near as good as the other Body Snatcher invasion of the Body Snatchers, especially the original one. And the one with Donald Sutherland in it, I think, and that's a lot better than this one also. So, Body Snatchers, 93, 6. This one, oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, okay. I watched a movie on TCM, of course, this one's from 1964. And this is called Killers. Now, there was already a version with Killers previously, a black and white version. I'm pretty sure there was. For his last film before turning to politics, Ronald Reagan plays a nasty crime boss in a flimsy version of Hemingway's short story about gangsters hired to murder a man. Now, this stars Lee Marvin as one of the shooters, right? And Angie Dickinson. And John Cassavetes is the poor sap who gets shot and killed, and he really doesn't give a shit. And then the two shooters wonder, why did he just stand there and get shot? Nobody does that. And they start wondering, right? And they start thinking about why, how come, and all that stuff. And they go about to find out who gave them the money, who's paying them, who's paying them money to kill this guy. Yeah, anyway. Not bad movie, not bad. What did I give it? I gave it a 7. It's all right. I can watch that one again. Yeah, that's all right. And what's his name? Clue Gallagher? He's one of the killers with Lee Marvin, the shooters, right? So yeah, Lee Marvin is Lee Marvin. And Angie Dickinson looks pretty. Yeah, and Ronald Reagan, he's a gangster. Can you imagine? He's a gangster. Yeah, Shadow in the Clouds, the next one. That's this one here, right here. Shadow in the Cloud. Can you see it? Shadow in the Cloud. In the throes of World War II, Captain Maud Garrett, what's her name? Joel? Grace Moretz, you know, she was in Kick-Ass as the young little girl who was kicking ass. Joins the all-male crew of B-17 bomber with a top-secret package. Caught off guard by the presence of a woman of military flight, the crew tests Maud's every move. Just as her quick wit is winning them over, strange happenings and holes in her backstory incite paranoia. Paranoia? So, you know what I'm saying. Surrounding her true mission. But this crew has more to fear. Lurking in the shadows, something sinister is tearing at the heart of the plane. Trapped between an oncoming air ambush and an evil lurking within, Maud must push beyond her limits to save the hapless crew and protect her mysterious cargo. Yeah, what's going on in here? Something weird shit's happening here. So, it's pretty good. Nice. It's kind of, what do you call it? What do you want to call that? Intense? There's moments of intense moments. Yeah. I mean, can't even fucking talk. Anyway, I liked it. What did I give it? I gave it a 7. Nothing wrong with it. You can watch it. Shadow in the Cloud. Can't tell you any more about it because I'll spoil it for you. And God knows I don't want to spoil anything for you, right? What else did I watch? Oh yeah, I watched this one. Fatman. Yeah. Mel Gibson and Walter Grogan's, yeah. He's in a lot of stuff. Fatman, this holiday season, you don't want to be on his hit list. Anyway, to save his decline in business, Kris Kringle, with a G, also known as Santa Claus, is forced to partnership with the U.S. military. Making matters worse, Chris gets locked into a deadly battle of wits against a highly skilled assassin hired by a precocious 12-year-old after receiving a lump of coal in his stocking. So this kid, 12 years old, yeah, he gets a lump of coal in his stocking because he's not very nice, eh? He's not very nice to the helping people, and especially his grandmother, right? And his grandmother is an actress here from Canada. I think this movie was made in here, somewhere in Canada, I forget now. But yeah, she's with Jan Arden on the Jan Arden show here, a TV show here in Toronto or Canada. She plays Jan Arden's mother. I mean, does anybody know who Jan Arden is? Well, this one is fun. Yeah, serious, a lot of action, a lot of shit happening in this. Things blowing up, people getting shot, blood, it's, you name it. Cookies, yeah, baking cookies, the whole 9 yards. It's worth it. It's worth a watch. This is, yeah, what did I give this one? I gave this a 7. This is a high 7. A high 7, okay? So yeah, Fatman, Mel Gibson. To Whom the Bells Toll. 1943, Gary Cooper and Ingrid Bergman. She looks pretty in this. But she is pretty anyway. Takes place in 1937 over in Spain. He's an American, but he's over there in Spain. He's helping Spanish people and stuff. You know, the Germans are there and the Italians, I guess. I think the Italians. But they're over there and they're making a push, right, to invade Spain and stuff. And they're getting all their tanks together and stuff like that, right? But he's there, he's got to blow up a bridge. Now, it's very hard to blow up this bridge. There's mountains, you know, the mountainside. There's all mountains all over the place, and there's a bridge. The bridge is the one area where the Germans are going to be bringing over their tanks, of course, right? And he's got to blow it up. Very interesting story. Ernest Hemingway's story, yes. 1937, To Whom the Bell Tolls. Or Bells Toll? One of the two. Yeah, Ingrid Bergman and Gary Cooper, and I gave it a 8. I can watch this movie again. This is a 2.5-hour movie. Very long movie, but it moves, you know what I'm saying? Like some long movies that are long kind of drag here and there. But this one goes along at a pretty good pace. You know, there's kind of like always something going on, right? So yeah, an 8 out of 10. Another one I watched was News of the World. Tom Hanks, right? 2020. Yes. A Civil War veteran, this takes place in 1870. A Civil War veteran agrees to deliver a girl taken by the Kiowa people years ago to her aunt and uncle. Against her will, they travel hundreds of miles and face grave dangers as they search for a place they either can call home. So yeah, so it's like he comes across her, right? He's riding along through the woods, and you know, and he hears something. There's a wagon overturned, and somebody's running through the woods, and he finds her and he helps her, and then then no one's going to take her back home, right? No one's going to. I don't want to say too much about it. There's no one to take her back home, so he does it. Right, he says he'll take her back home, so he does. What he does in this movie, or what the character does, is go into towns and read newspapers, read the news to people, because a lot of people back then didn't read, right, and didn't know what was going on in the world, different parts of, the USA. So he'd read parts and snippets from newspapers, and people would give him money. So he had this young girl, right? Oh, there she is, right? You can see her there, right? See? So he tries to take her back to her own home. And I can't really say too much more about it because it will spoil it for you. So Find Where You Belong, Tom Hanks. Another wonderful movie by Tom Hanks. Yes. And I think the young girl's name is Elizabeth Marvel. Very interesting movie. What did I give it? What did I say? Yeah, I gave it an 8. Like I said, yeah, an 8. It gets an 8. Yes. Oh, well, everybody watched this movie on Tuesday. Oh, everything I saw on YouTube. Julie, right? Yeah. Ian. Who else? I forget who else now. But anyway, everybody watched this movie. Of course, me, I don't own the movie. I don't have it for some reason. There's some movies I don't have for some reason. Who the hell knows? Anyway, I watched Groundhog Day. And you know, for the life of me, I always thought I saw this movie. You know, yeah, I saw this movie. But you know what? When I watched it on Netflix. And I'm watching it, and I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm going, man, I don't recall this movie. You know, like, you know what I mean? Doesn't ring a bell. There's nothing in this movie that kind of gets you, like, where, you know, like, yeah, I saw this. And for the life of me, I came to a conclusion that I never saw this movie before. This is my first time watching Groundhog Day, and I thought it was a lot of fun. It was hilarious. Yes, can you imagine waking up in the morning, like whatever day, let alone Groundhog Day, right? You know, see your shadow for 6 weeks, and you know, winter lasts another 6 weeks, and whatever. But can you imagine waking up whenever morning you want to and just relive it for like I don't know how long, right? But yeah, I like this movie. What did I give it? I gave it a 7. We'll give it a high 7, right? We'll give this one a high 7. But yeah, this is you know, I don't know, I'll spoil it for anybody, but yeah, what's her name? Annie McDowell. Yeah, and this place the town it takes place in. It's called I think it's called Gobbler's Knob. I saw that and I thought that was hilarious. Gobbler's Knob. Oh, stop it, Bob. You're killing me here. You're killing me. Yeah, Netflix. A high 7. Groundhog Day. I'll have to put that in along with everything else. I'll have to write that down in the movies that I want to get, along with the other hundreds of them. If it's cheap, I'll buy it. Because I'm cheap. Groundhog Day. All right, enough of that. That's a laugh off Groundhog Day. All right, what else? Oh yeah, I watched this one. The Witches, 2020. Yeah, Anne Hathaway, Stanley Tucci, Octavia Spencer, she's very good. Chris Rock, he's the voiceover, right? The kid. Yeah. The Witches. A little boy and his kindly grandmother thwart the efforts of a coven of witches to rid Britain of children by turning them into mice. The mice, the witches turn the kids into mice, right? So the grandma tries to thwart them from being turned into mice, little mices. Anyway, it's fun. Yep. Can't tell you too much about this one either because it will spoil it for you. But yeah, so he goes to live with his grandmother. His mom and dad gets killed, right? Of course, he goes to live with grandmother. Grandmother tries to cheer him up and makes cookies for him and stuff, but he's not doing well, right? So, but anyway, I liked it. Now I can definitely watch this movie again. No problems with this movie. Yeah, I give it a high. This is another high 7. It's almost an 8, but it just misses it, right? So we'll give it a 7. All right. Almost done, people. Almost done. You can go have a nap soon. All right. Let's see. Turn the page. What's on the other page? Turn the page. Trust the old book here. Oh, Invincible, 2006. Mark Wahlberg, Greg Kinnear, football, true story. Yeah, he's a bartender in Philadelphia, right? And the Philadelphia, not the Philadelphia Phillies. Philadelphia, the football team. What the hell's the name of them now? I forget now. Freaking stupid Bob. Anyway, people, Westergriff, Ed would know. Philadelphia, right? Invincible. You know this movie, Ed. Come on. Yeah. It's based on a true story. This guy really did. He stepped out of being behind the bar serving drinks to all his buddies and being great at football. Like, what is it, playing in the mud and the dirt and, running around and, thumping people. He gets invited to try out for the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Bob, did I just say that right? Yeah, so it's fun. It's a fun movie. 2006, yeah. Invincible. True story. Based on a true story. Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, I give it a 7. Just gets a 7. Another movie you can watch again, but it only gets a 7 because it doesn't rise any higher than a 7. So there you go. And here's a movie. It's Friday. You can always tell Friday when Bob sits there and makes videos and coughs because he doesn't talk to anybody for a long time, all day, all night. I wouldn't say all week because I do talk to people. But yeah, so another one. Okay, this is the last one for this week. Oh no, it's not the last one. Pardon me, I'm lying. This is Honest Thief 2020. Yeah, Liam Neeson. You know Liam Neeson? He makes movies. He's a movie star. I don't know how many movies he makes a year. But anyway, never steal a man's second chance. This guy robs banks. Yeah, he robs banks. And then he puts the money away. Yeah, he gets storage, puts it in storage. How would you like to, those storage shows? How would you like to turn around? This guy hasn't come back in years and we got to sell this storage. What do I bid? $50, $500, $1,000. $1,000 gets you storage, right? An area, they store stuff. Yeah, and you end up with $9 million. Does that ever happen in real life? No, it doesn't happen in this either. You're pulling your leg. But anyway, this guy steals money. I don't know why. Or do I know why? I get confused sometimes. But then, he goes to this storage place. He rents an area, right? And he meets this girl. Then he decides that he wants to be, what you want to call it? Honest. Yeah, he wants to be honest. He loves this girl that works at the storage center, right? He falls in love with her and he wants to get married, but he wants to be honest now. So he decides to phone up the FBI and say, look, I got $9 million and I want to give it back to you. Of course, the FBI is sitting there going, like a nut bar, man. I got $9 million, he wants to give it back. Yeah, right. Well, who wants to go see this guy? Well, I don't want to go see this guy. Anyway, somebody's got to go see this guy, He's a nut bar. But anyway, they go see this guy. Yeah, okay, so where's the $9 million, And he says it's in storage, takes them there, storage, and you know what? He does have money. They go, this guy's got money. So what did the two FBI, well, I shouldn't say two, but one of the FBI guys that he's talking to decides to take matters into his own hands. Yeah, so that's how this story goes. A little confusion sets in, but yeah, so I can't tell you anymore because it will spoil it for you. So what happens? Does he get the $9 million back? Does the FBI kill everybody? Does he kill everybody? Did they fall in love? Did he get married? I don't freaking know. Yes, I do know, but you don't. All right, what else? Underwater. Movie channel. Rogers Prime. Kristen Stewart. Takes place underwater. They're drilling underwater for oil, right? And then she's standing there and she's having a shower, brushing her teeth. And then it's like, there's a leak of water. And then all of a sudden, all the water comes in. They think it's an earthquake. But is it an earthquake? Is it an earthquake? And there's only 5 or 6 people left. And they have to get out of it. They have to go down underwater and put on these suits and get out of there and go to another place. Can they make it to the other place? Can they all live? Does somebody live? Do they all die? Well, you're going to have to watch the movie. I gave it a 7. Underwater. Kristen Stewart. All right, people. Talk to you next week. Keep watching the movies. I also watched a couple of hockey games this week too. So anyway, I've been watching Cobra Kai too. So yeah, I've been busy. Cobra Kai, watching hockey games, watching movies. Cold outside, really cold. So, all right, people, movie lovers. Talk to you later. Have a good week. Stay safe, whatever you do. Stay safe. Later. Peace.